What is going on, guys? It is your boy By2K, and today, man, we're gonna be doing another rating my subscriber video here today. This is gonna be episode number 3. If you guys don't know how this works, basically I just tweet out and say, hey, tweet me a screenshot of your team and let me know your play style and all that sort of fun stuff. You guys tweet me your teams. I basically rate them and review them and kind of give you guys tips on how to improve your teams and stuff like that. If you guys want to enter this the next time, all you guys got to do is go follow my Twitter. The link is down below. If you guys want to turn on the post notice on Twitter, feel free to do so. Fair warning, a lot of stuff gets retweeted, but I'm just saying, if you guys do want to do that, the link to my Twitter is down below. But if you guys do enjoy this series and you guys want it to continue, kill that like button. You guys have gotten like 500 plus likes on every single episode. Well, I say every single one. I've done 2 of these, so if you guys want to see a 4th one, let's just try to kill that like button. 300 likes is the goal, so be sure to hit that. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. First up, we do have my boy Birthday Cake Jones. You guys know he's a GOAT in a lot of streams and stuff like that. His play style, he says he likes to run 3-point plays and a lot of pick and pop, probably a lot of pick and roll and stuff too. Your starters are completely fine. I actually really like the combo of Magic and Wade. Your front card's looking pretty clean as well. When it comes to the bench, Reggie Theus is solid. If you are struggling on the defensive end, one thing I do recommend is actually putting Draymond there instead of him. But Rudy DLarosa is good. Darius Miles is good. He's just another version of Jeff Green. Dave Cowens is good. The only thing I really would say is to get rid of Daryl Dawkins and look to pick up a guy like Jack Sigma from the other Spotlight Sims, or picking up a guy like Dino. 2 very solid options there. Even DeMarcus Cousins would be better. I just really don't think Daryl Dawkins is all that good in this game. So other than that, though, the team is solid. I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. We have DLarosa. I really like the squad. I think the starting lineup is perfect. Like the defense and offense balance is perfect, especially with Dave Cowens and Batum out there in their positions like that. The bench could use a little bit of work though. Bonga, I would look to obviously replace with, again, a guy like Draymond. I think that would be a little bit better. Even if you wanted to pick up a guy like Wade for the bench and kind of use him as your main offensive guy, I think that'd be really solid. And then instead of Dino, I would honestly look to pick up a guy like Bol. I think Bol could, balance out that bench entirely. Or a guy like Chris Bosh. I think either one could actually fix up that bench pretty nicely. Other than that, though, I like Darius Miles. I like Jeff Green. I like Cam. 3 very solid wing players to have out there. Yeah, squad's definitely pretty nice. I will definitely give this like an 8.5 out of 10 as well. Next up, we have the kid Docgo, or however you want to say that. Again, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. You guys already know that, though. But after reading all that and, you letting me know what you want to do and what you don't want to do and stuff like that, I do like the team. The starting lineup, I think, is perfect. I wasn't even going to tell you to sell Jordan because I do think Jordan is a very good fit in that starting 5. You have a really good balance of offense and defense there. You have a go-to scorer in Jordan. You have a go-to scorer in Kawhi. You have a nice cone in the corner like Karolinko and Draymond. So I do like that. Off the bench, I like Wade. I like Luka as a backcourt combo. Darius Miles is pretty cool. Again, for that 4 position, I would recommend getting a guy like Jeff Green. Even if you want to run a dual center lineup and run, DeMarcus Cousins and then have Jack Sigma at the 4, or have a guy like Dino at the 4, whoever you want to put there, I think would be a very solid combo. If you do have a lot of MT, though, running like a small ball option with a guy like Lamar Odom, if you could afford him. I don't really know your MT. I know you said you're going to get like 200K back or whatever, but I don't really know what else you got rocking there. But a guy like Lamar Odom would be a clean fit right there. But again, you can get a budget version of Jeff Green in him, and it'd be perfect. Michael Porter Jr. would be solid there too. So really, it's just whatever route you want to go in, whether it's a small bar route or a taller lineup. But all in all, though, I like the team. Again, I'm going to give this like an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have TBTV. Again, after reading everything that you said, first of all, I appreciate you saying keep up the great work in the videos, man. I appreciate you. But again, after reading that, I do really like your team for your kind of play style. It's a nice budget squad. This, again, everybody watching this, again, proves to you guys that you don't need a god squad to win. This is probably one of the best teams that you can make for a very cheap amount. The only thing is, like you did say that, you like to post up with Reggie Theus. If you can build up the MT to kind of improve that, I would. To, again, a guy like Draymond. I think Draymond's a little bit better of a fit. But other than that, though, I do like the whole plan with Wade and stuff like that. Darius Miles, Jeff Green, again, 2 very good budget cards. You have Eddie Curry out there. I do like that. The bench is obviously where you need the most improvement from. I do like Bonga. I think Bonga is a great budget point guard. If you guys watch the Mamba Mentality series, he's a very solid option. Michael Redd, again, very good shooter. Nicholas Batum, very good. Danny Manning, I guess, is the only position where I would look to improve. Same thing with Dino. That's really where you want to make those upgrades at. If you can get a guy like, again, Jack Sigma would be a very solid option. Even going after, you know, a front court of Jack Sigma and Thurl Bailey from the Spotlight Sims, I think that would improve your team entirely, and then your team would be good to go. If you wanted to keep Reggie Theus, Bonga would be the one that I would say to, you know, maybe replace with a guy, again, like Draymond. Very solid defensive point guard that doesn't really have any let up. Another point guard that I do like is Lonzo. I've been liking him a lot more on the defensive end. Offensively, though, he's really just a cone, so it really just going to be depending on how you play through Michael Redd. But outside of that, though, I do like the team. Budget team, again, I will give it an 8.5. Just make those upgrades to the bench, and I think you'll actually be chilling to go 12-0. Next up, we have the real Elijah. Again, same thing. I really like the fact that you guys are taking advantage of these budget ballers. Only thing is, I hope you're still grinding for Kobe, because I see you have a lot of these Spotlight Sim guys in here, and you already have Harden, so I really hope that you are going for that grind. I would recommend at least doing that because the team is solid right now. But again, I do recommend doing that because if you were to do that, you could keep the starting line the same, but slide in Chris Mullin at that 2 position. Then I think your starters would be pretty good. Aside from Brandon Ingram, again, replace him with Thurl Bailey. Your bench is looking really good. I would recommend running Larry Hughes at the 1, though. Running like Hughes at the 1, then Walter Davis. Then again, I was going to put Thurl Bailey there, but I guess Siakam is good at that 3 position, but that is really where you want to run a guy like Larry Sanders. You want to put him at the 4, and then Jack Sigma, a very good combo off the bench as well. But like I said, I do recommend doing that, so this way you can have Mullin in that starting 5, or excuse me, actually that's where Kobe would go, so never mind. So you can have Harden there, and then you can have then Kobe off the bench. That's where you can run Larry Hughes, Chris Mullin, Siakam, Jack Sigma, and then Hakeem. I think that would balance your bench out entirely. But as of right now, I'm going to give this squad like probably like a 7.5 or like an 8 maybe. But yeah, just definitely make sure that you make those upgrades and, you know, grind out the game a little bit, get those improvements to the team, and then you'll be good again to go 12-0. So I'm going to give this team like an 8. Next up, we have my boy Ballin Mitch. Again, I definitely like his team. It's a nice little budget squad. You got 105K to rock with. First thing I would do is definitely replace that Gerald Wallace. I think he's just very outdated at this point. Not like that he's bad, but I just definitely don't think he's like a top-notch player really anymore. I would look to replace him again with a guy like Jeff Green or a cheaper option in Darius Miles since he's been in packs and stuff like that. I do like the Bam and Mo Bamba combo. I think they're 2 versatile big men that can kind of do everything for you. Bagley, same thing off the bench, is looking pretty good as well. This is again one of those teams where I would recommend kind of taking advantage of those Spotlight Sims. Maybe getting Larry Hughes in replacement for Bonga would be a good thing, but I do like Nick Young. I like Dean Wade. Joe Smith is very solid as well. If you can afford to pick up both Jeff Green and Darius Miles, I would do that. Put one in the starting 5 and then replace Joe Smith with the other one. But Bagley is cool. Your centers are cool. I do like that. Wade is obviously really nice. For a budget team, though, again, same thing. I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10, but the squad is looking good. Just make sure you keep grinding and look to improve the team. Next up, we have TTV Tryhard 06. Taking a look at your squad, I do like, again, the fact that you're taking advantage of a lot of these free cards in this game. What I would recommend doing, though, is sliding Larry Hughes over and Chris Mullin over and Thurl Bailey over, kind of kicking Rose out of that starting 5. So this way you can run a lineup of like Larry Hughes, Chris Mullin, Thurl Bailey. And then again, I would go and get Jack Sigma. Jack Sigma is insane at the 4 just because he's very big in the game, like his player model. And he can play good defense and shoot the ball very nicely. You can run a front court of him and DeMarcus Cousins. Or actually run a really tall lineup, kind of help you go up against a lot of these like overpowered teams. Then off the bench, I would recommend running a guy like Rose so you can have a lineup of Rose, Walter Davis, Dr. J. KG is not really the best. That's where I would look to pick up a guy like Darius Miles, maybe run him at the 4 and then have a guy like Vlade Divac at the 5. Or if you wanted to pick up Eddie Curry for that spot, that would be good as well. But the team is very solid. Again, shout out to you for going the budget balling route. Those are the upgrades that I would make to your team, though. Other than that, though, again, 8 out of 10. Next up, we do have King Ronnie 11. Obviously asking for 12-0 advice, 150K. You said that you like length, athleticism, and defense. 2 perfect fits, like I've talked about repeatedly. Jeff Green, Darius Miles. So Jeff Green, Darius Miles. Literally take the 2 of them, put them into this team so you can run a lineup of Draymond, Cameron Reddish. I would put Jeff Green in that starting 5, then Thurl, then Eddie Curry. And then off the bench, you can run a lineup of Bonga, Dr. J. Like I said, you could pick up, or no, I'm sorry, because that's where Kevin Porter Jr. would go. So then you can run Bonga, Kevin Porter Jr., Dr. J, Darius Miles, and then Vucevic. I would recommend replacing Vucevic again with a guy like Jack Sigma, Dino, a lot of these budget centers in this game. Even if you don't have a lot of MT, pick up a guy like Mo Bamba. He can hold his own for sure. Then it just kind of completes this team. Again, for a budget baller team, props to you for, you know, going the budget balling route. But yeah, the team is pretty solid. Like I said, just add those 2 guys in there. Even a guy like Nicholas Batum, if you don't have a lot of MT, slide Batum in there. Even if you wanted to replace Kevin Porter Jr. with Batum and run him off the bench like that, it'd be perfect. But yeah, other than that though, again, same thing, 8 out of 10. Props to you for the budget baller. I meant to say for being a budget baller, not for a budget baller, but you get the point. Next up, we have my boy Dunk. Taking a look at your team right away, I really like the squad. Shout out again to you for going for the Kobe grind, the Dominique grind, all that sort of fun stuff. I do like your team though. The only thing I really do recommend is getting rid of Dominique Wilkins. Unfortunately, like at this point, it's stupid, but Dominique Wilkins is unusable. But not that he's unusable. He's good defensively, but his offense is not good in my opinion, and he's kind of undersized to play the 3. What I really would recommend doing is I like your bench. The only thing, and you have a lot of MT and a lot of tokens, I would save all that. The only person I would pick up is Lamar Odom. If you get that Galaxy Opal Lamar Odom and slap him in at the 3 or the 4, depending on where you want to put AK, I think your team's fine. I think it's actually perfect after that. So yeah, just pick up Lamar Odom if you want to go a budget balling route. Again, Jeff Green, Darius Miles, 2 very solid options. Even if, but like I said, Nicholas Batum is very solid. Outside of that though, I really do like the team. If you really want to make another upgrade, Draymond Green over Gilbert, and your team is completely set. So honestly, I'm gonna give this team a 9.5 out of 10. Again, shout out to you for the Kobe grind, the Harden grind, obviously the Dominique grind, man. Keep it up. If anybody tells me to that I'm putting God squads in here again, like just as proof, I mean, look, here's one that I'm not doing. Here's another one. 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 Like, these are all insane teams. Believe me, they're really good squads. I like you guys, you know, everybody tweeting at me with their insane teams. Y'all don't need suggestions. You literally have the best cards in the game. Like, there's nothing more I could do. Like, this guy right here. Okay, finally, we got a good one here. We got Brian Goldstein, 40K MT, all about to be evo'd in the next few games. So my man's on that Evo grind, you know, shout out to him. I do like that. The bench is looking a little weird. He said that wall's about to be evo'd. Honestly, number one thing I'm going to tell you to do right away is get rid of Nate Archibald. I know he's an opal, but he's way too short to be playing this game. I do like your starting 5. Mel Daniels is actually a super slept on card, so shout out to you for using that. That starting lineup though, honestly, the only person, honestly, put that Diamond Dwayne Wade there. I think Diamond Dwayne Wade will complete that starting 5. Because then you have defense and offense everywhere. As long as you're evoing out that John Wall, him, Larry Hughes as a backcourt is really solid already. I don't really recommend using Caron Butler at the 3. So if you're going to use Wall, then you can use Wall, Larry Hughes, put Pascal evoed up at the 3, get a guy like Jeff Green for the 4, and then rock DeMarcus Cousins, and your bench is chilling. Again, shout out to you for tweeting me, a budget team. I appreciate you. 2, get rid of Nate Archibald. Terrible, terrible, terrible. 3, shout out to you for the Evo grind. I'm going to give this team like an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have SMD Mary. Honestly, real quick, I'm going to say this right now. If you could put Robert Covington at the 2, it would be insanely cheesy and insane to do, and it would complete your lineup so much better for picking up Lamar Odom. So if you guys, you know, you got to read it, you know, my man's got Diamond Dwayne Wade at the 1, and then Cam, AK, and then he put Lamar Odom there, and then you have D-Rob, I'm assuming. I do like that move. I really do, actually, because like Lamar Odom is one of the better cards in this game. Only problem is, like I said, is now you have a lot of these guys that should be playing that can't really, like Dave Cowens and Melo. I think the bench is really solid though. Cam is obviously really good. That's what I'm saying. If you could put Robert Covington at the 2 and start him with a lineup of AK and Lamar Odom, that would be insane. I do like that though. I do like the idea of having Melo and Dave Cowens as sort of like a backup thing. Other than that though, the team is really solid. I like the move with selling Giannis and putting Dwayne Wade there. Yeah, other than that though, the team is really solid. I don't even think you really need to make any improvements. Like, Nicholas Batum is really solid. If you wanted to, I mean, there's really nobody to replace him that's not like super expensive or anything like that could play the 2, at least not that I could think of. Batum is the only cheap one that I could think of that plays the 2. Robert Covington is solid. If you wanted to replace him, you have a guy like Josh Smith that could replace him and then put Dave Cowens there. But yeah, other than that, though, the team is very solid. Definitely going to give this team a 9.5 out of 10, man. Keep it up. Taking a look at your team, first thing I'm going to say is sell Caruso, sell Devin Booker. Other than that, though, I like the team. I like the way you set it up, especially for your play style and stuff like that. The only thing I really would recommend doing is for the bench, like I said, is I would pick up a guy like, or I would not pick up, sorry. I would slide that Dwayne Wade to that point guard position, okay? So run a lineup of that Dwayne Wade. You could put Kawhi or Sean Elliott at the 2, and then run Thurl Bailey like at the 3, or if you wanted to put Kawhi there, either one would work. But realistically, what I would do off the bench is run Wade, Sean Elliott, Thurl Bailey, and then pick up a guy like Darius Miles, and then have a guy like Jack Sigma or Eddie Curry at your 5. I like the starting 5 for what you kind of rock and stuff like that. The only thing I guess maybe that you could do for your kind of play style, I mean, I know you like doing post-ups and stuff like that, so running a dual big man lineup is ideal for you. But you don't really have like a cheesy little like 3-point scorer in your starting lineup. So that is the only thing I would kind of look to do. Maybe if you wanted to put Kawhi in the starting 5 over Dennis Rodman, maybe that would do it. But like I said, for the bench, Dwayne Wade, Sean Elliott, Thurl Bailey, Darius Miles, and Eddie Curry kind of completes your bench. I would get rid of Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is cool, but doesn't really, play all that well. If you wanted to keep Ben Wallace, then I would run a lineup of, like I said, Wade, Elliott, Ben Wallace, Thurl Bailey, and then rock a guy like Jack Sigma or Eddie Curry. But the rest of the team, though, like the starting 5 looks good. Definitely give this team probably like an 8.5 as well. Just keep up that grind. Last team I'm going to be covering is for my boy Sammy. The only reason why I'm covering this one, I know it's a God Squad. What do you mean you run quick through STS cheese? Like, if you're talking about online, I want to play the people you play. Because if you play somebody and you're running quick through STS and they're just letting you score, I don't know what else to say. I mean, your team is definitely cheesy as all hell, and obviously it's like a 10. Actually, I'm gonna say 9.5 because the whole Vincent Jordan thing, not too good off the bench. But like, what do you mean you run quick through STS? Like, that's a problem. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, be sure to kill the like button. Like I said, like 300 likes and I will bring you guys another episode probably this week. I'm gonna probably come back to this tweet and go through some of those teams as well, just because I want to make sure that I actually cover most of you guys that are tweeting at me and stuff like that. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, I'm probably gonna post a Mamba mentality video before this, so if you guys haven't seen that already, be sure to go check that out, man. It's a lot of fun to record that series and I'm really happy you guys do enjoy it. And yeah, I guess that's it. So yup, peace.